Thank you, Holy Spirit, for guidance today that's in the best interest of the highest good of all in love and white light unity. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for guidance today that's in the best interest of the highest good of all in love and white light unity. Okay, let's move this up a little bit. There we go. All right, so we have the Five of Swords over the Knight of Swords. So this has to do with the conflict, the win or lose type of energy over all right, give me a minute here. All right, so when you feel conflict now, you very quickly move back to your garden. And when I say garden, I mean the place where you feel happy and you feel satisfied. You have gotten to the point now when conflict comes that your action, it's a whole new world for you now, because your action is moving towards the answer that will bring you satisfaction, which means that that's the right direction. Good for you. Good job. When you feel confused and you're not sure what the answer is and there's conflict, you move towards, okay, how do I get back into right balance so that I can be satisfied, right? And you're using your higher mind. We have the King of Swords, the King of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so we've got all of the elements covered here in this reading except for wands, okay? Which is good because wands are action cards. And you are like, okay, before I take action, I'm going to let this thing die. Whatever this conflict is that I am feeling, that I am moving through, before I take any action, I'm going to let this die before I take any action. You have gotten to the point where when you feel like you're trapped, you move into your higher mind. You move back into balance quickly. You consult your higher self. You move into spirit, and you say, Spirit, you ask the questions. How do I move through this energy? What's the best thing for me to do right now? And it's just such a beautiful process that you have moved into. You really stepping into your higher mind and your heart space, and you're letting this knee-jerk reaction where you immediately take action. See, no, we have the Knight of Swords here, who can be rash and who can move too quickly and be impulsive. But this energy, this fire energy, there's no fire energy in this reading right now. So when that happens, when you're feeling like, that energy that you have within you, you're using it to move back into right balance, which is beautiful. Instead of taking energy and behaving in a way that is not going to help you, you're letting that aspect of yourself die. And that's such a beautiful thing. Kudos to you. Yeah. You're learning that even though sometimes it's hard for you to be still, that you can take the energy that you have, the fire energy that you have, and use it to move as quickly as you can back into right balance. Thank you, Blessed Mother, for a card today. Thank you, Blessed Mother, for a card today that's in the best interest of the highest good of all, in love and white light unity. I feel this one right here. Power. Yes, you're stepping into your power. We have Lilith. You're stepping into your power. And let's go ahead and read what Lilith has to say. Let's I dance my life for myself. I am whole. I am complete. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. I dance the dark and the light, the conscious and the unconscious, the sane and the insane. And I speak from myself authentically, with total conviction, without regard for how I might look. All of the parts of myself flow into the whole. All of my divergent selves unite as one. I listen to what needs to be heard. I never make excuses. I feel my feelings deeply and profoundly. I never hide. I live my sexuality to please myself and pleasure others. I express it as it needs to be expressed from the core of myself. From the wholeness of my dance. I am female. I am sexual. I am power. I was greatly feared. So, our power as women, the divine feminine power, whether you're a man or a woman, but the power of the divine feminine, the energy of the divine feminine is creative by nature, is sensual and sexual by nature. And because that's where our power comes from, that's what was pushed down, that energy of the divine feminine. We were made to feel guilt and shame when it comes to anything that is sexual, because it's a very, very powerful energy. It's a creative energy. It's a catalyst. And so the way to control, the way that we were controlled, is by taking that power away from us, by stifling and killing and pushing down as much of the divine feminine energy as they possibly could. And in order for us to step back into our power, we have to release all of the blocks and let go of all of the false belief systems that we've been taught around divine feminine sexuality. We have to release those so that that energy can flow freely again, and that our power, it's like turning the engine back on for the divine feminine. Okay? So once we work through the anger that we feel and the rage that we feel at that energy being pushed down and taken away, you have to work through not only waking up to the knowledge that it exists, and moving through the devices that were used to stifle it: guilt, shame, fear, a lot of fear. And when we move through that, then there's the layer of anger and rage. Anger and rage at what they did. Why did they do it? And when we sit with those feelings without taking action, without taking physical action, but just setting with the feeling and bringing in the knowledge of the law of one, understanding that we're all connected, understanding and setting with this energy of shame and guilt and anger, rage, with compassion, understanding that we're all connected. And even as they were playing the role of bully and power, narcissistic, take, greed, competition, war, we were playing the role of victim. Unconsciously, we were playing the role of victim. And now we are consciously, we are moving back to the center. We're on the in-breath. We're moving back to the divinity of who we are and what we are, how we're made, how our energy works. And as we move back into that energy, we're moving back into right balance. We're growing, we're waking up consciously. And as we wake up consciously, our brothers and sisters who were on the other side, the ones that were the takers, the narcissists, top down, greed, power, they are all going to start waking up as well. And what's going to happen is the more of us that wake up and grow consciously and step back into right balance, the more of us are going to step back into right balance. That's the way energy works, exponentially. When we hold the energy of right balance, that's the energy that we also put out and pull back to us and grow, cultivate. So the meaning of this card, Lilith. Lilith appears to tell you to take back your power. Where are the places that you have lost or given away your power? What beliefs do you hold that deny your power? Have you been told that powerful women never find mates, or that women can't have power because that would make them unfeminine? Have you been teased, shunned, ostracized by others when you stepped into your power? Are you afraid of misusing your power to dominate or manipulate? Lilith says that the way to wholeness for you now lies in acknowledging that you're not connected with your power. Then, second, coming to terms with and accepting your power. So, this is a process. And let's go ahead and do some cards in closing here. Thank you, Lilith. Thank you, Sekhmet. Thank you, Blessed Mother, for guidance today. It's in the best interest of the highest good of all, in love and white light unity. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for guidance today. It's in the best interest of the highest good of all. Okay? So the victim in you has to die so that you can take back your power. The victim mindset has to die so that you can take back your power. And we have the Nine of Pentacles again, right over the first Nine of Pentacles that we drew. Your garden, your happy place, satisfaction, finding the thing that makes your heart grow, makes your heart expand with love and light, finding the thing that ignites your fire. Here comes your fire again to take action. Make a wish, my darling. Oh my goodness. The Nine of Cups. Make a wish. Step into your power and make your wish. What a beautiful reading.